Welcome back to 11 Alive News and our continuing coverage of this winter weather that we are seeing across Metro Atlanta. We're going to get you right over to meteorologist Melissa Nord right now with a check of what we are seeing right now and what we can continue to expect here.
And here in Atlanta, we are just above freezing at 33 and tracking some rain moving back in. But as we get closer to sunset, those numbers are going to start falling again. So we will see more freezing rain building in potentially for Atlanta and places northeast of town. A lot more freezing rain and sleet will be the trend for the afternoon, with temperatures hovering just at or below freezing. I know we started off the morning, a lot of us got a nice little burst of snow. That was great. That is the fun stuff you want to play in, build a snowman, go sledding. Everybody's really been enjoying it. Some of the snow totals too, over 3 inches in the metro, 3.5 in Redan, up in Dahlonega, up in Lumpkin County, 5 inches of snow, 4 inches in Floyd County and Lindale, Roosterville, out in Heard County, about 4 inches as well. Arabia Mountain, 3 inches, and Sweat Mountain in northeast Cobb County, 2 inches of snow there. But we also have the ice that is starting to accrete and go on the trees, on the power lines, any elevated surfaces. You think of the back deck, you think of the grill, anything like that, it's going to coat them with a layer of ice, and that layer of ice could increase as we see temperatures falling back the rest of the afternoon to around the freezing mark for some areas north and east of the city. So about 1/4 of an inch of Carroll, but starting to see many tenths of an inch of ice. That's not enough to cause power outages. As the ice totals get above 1/4 of an inch to 1/3 of an inch and above, we start to see the power outage threat really increasing a lot from there. Temperatures right now, I want to show you this before I get to radar, because what I want you to see is where's the city closest to you. Atlanta's 33, that's above the freezing mark. Marietta's 34, that's above the freezing mark. But look at this, Duluth and Gwinnett County is at the freezing mark. Gainesville 30, 31 in Canton, and it's right here in northeast Georgia where we have this wedge of cool air. We've got a little bit of a northeast wind as the system is tracking south of us. So that's funneling colder air in and holding these areas in a position that's going to be a lot more prone to freezing rain as we head throughout the evening. Some of you are still getting the snow and sleet out there, but it's all building back in this afternoon. We had a lull around midday where we had much lighter rates of freezing rain or even just cold rain moving in for some of you and some sleet, but that's all filling back in on radar. I know it looks really messy out here, but what you need to know is it is liquid falling in the metro. When we get up here, it's a little bit more in the way of sleet, and the North Georgia mountains still seeing more snow than sleet out there, but we still have some of those snow totals adding up in Clayton and also towards Towns County. But some of the emergency managers, even in the mountains, are starting to say there's a little bit of sleet starting to mix in there as well. So big picture. Here's our dry slot, which is now moving into South Carolina. Now we're seeing this better push of moisture working in. So how widespread is everything going to say the next few hours? Fairly widespread. So tracking a wintry mix, rain to the south, but in the metro area, it is freezing rain, some sleet. The snow is confined now to far north Georgia. So we're going to continue seeing that through sunset. And then after sunset, gradually this evening, we'll see everything starting to taper off. So we still have, right now it's 3 o'clock, we still have another 5 to 7 hours to go, I would say, of pretty steady stuff across a lot of our area. Road temperatures, critical. If your air temperature is below freezing and your road temperature is below freezing, if the roads have not been treated, they are going to be an icy mess. And these road sensors are something new in the last decade that the Georgia Department of Transportation has gotten because of what happened during Ice Jam, during Snowmageddon. They now have this road temperature sensor network that we have access to. So you notice here up in Rabun County, the road temperature is just 30 degrees. That's below freezing. Everything's icy or snow covered up there. 31 in Blue Ridge. If the roads haven't been treated and scraped, those are also icy. But in the metro, you notice there's a lot more slush on the roads. That's because these road surface temperatures have come up above freezing versus where they started this morning. And for that reason, a lot of these roads may look decent right now. Main roads are looking okay. But where you see the roads where they just have tire tracks in them or they're wet, if salt was not put on them, and they were not brined before, and they've not been scraped and retreated, everything is going to turn very icy tonight as we work our way back below the freezing mark on the south side of town through Henry County near Covington. Also mid-30s for those road temperatures right now. Those are expected to fall as we head our way through the evening. I want to show you an outlook. This is our freezing rain outlook from one of our weather models. And what I want to point out is it's that northeast area of Georgia, northeast of Atlanta specifically, where we could still see an additional 1/4 of an inch of ice. So we'll be watching the trends hour by hour to see how that evolves over the course of the rest of the afternoon. Again, a glazing of ice can cause slick walking conditions, but it's not enough for power outages. 1/4 of an inch of ice is when we start to see a lot more stress on those trees and power lines. As long as the winds are not bad, which is what we're expecting this evening, it's going to be all based on the ice weight. But tomorrow, Jennifer, we'll see some ice still on those trees and power lines, and then we bring in some stronger wind gusts. We'll even have to watch out for power outages tomorrow after the winter storm is long gone.